string is basically just a sequence of characters, and it's a data type. It's kind of a data type in Python. It's much more powerful. The reason, I mean, making this a whole new data type in almost every language is the reason is that almost all the data, all the text that appears in sequence of characters. So making that sequence of character the whole text as one kind of data type and writing special kind of functions to deal with that text might be necessary. And that's what string is. In Python, for example, you can declare a string variable s or any variable name by just double quotes, let's say A, B, C, or equivalently by single quotes. Either way is fine, D, E, F. So either way is fine. You can declare using double quotes or single quotes. Either way is fine. One thing is be careful, don't mix, don't start by single quote and think that now I will end with double quote and that will be fine. So don't mix them together. If you're using single quotes, use single quotes. If you're using double quotes, use double quotes. Don't mix them together. That might be much more confusing later on. So let's say this S is a string. Python is the best language for data science. Let's say T is another string that is defined by single quotes. In this course, we are going to learn Python. Then you can print S in a different way. Let's say you can call a print S. You can call a print to T, or you can just, by the way, you can add two string variables S and T, and the result is a new variable. That's a V. How the plus symbol works in strings is plus in strings means just concatenate them together. So first you just copy this string, the whole string, and then you just concatenate the other string with it, and the result is a new string. Now that's a new variable. You can use that variable and do a lot of stuff with it. So let's go to Python and see actually the prints in the strings in the running form. So let's say S is string. Let's say Python is a good language, let's say, and let's have another string T that is using single quotes. It's good for data science, SCIENC. Okay, it's good for data science. Let's run these two and see the type of S. What's the type of S? The type is str, string, str. That's what the type is. And if you just print S, that will be printed. Python is a good language. Remember, so far we are using this print, and always we use this kind of hello or something like that. That basically is a string because, by the way, this print function actually it takes an arbitrary number of arguments. We can print hello, then we can print anything in another type, then we can print another hello. Let's say hello 2. That's a multi-variable argument function print. Then we can have another string, maybe who are you, and then maybe a floating point number 5.9. So we have used these kind of stuff a lot. We have used print function, and we were using these double quotes again and again, but these are actually strings that we were using later there. So this print function actually accepts strings and all these kind of. Normally, whenever you use print, normally you're going to actually display some text, and maybe you're writing that text into some file and so on. So this string is highly useful. Most of the data is available in the text form, in the string form, and we want to process the data. We want to find the anomalies in data. We want to fix them. Again, we want to stay in the text. So it is good to have a data type that actually have a lot of functionality that handles all that stuff. So let's see, for example, let's see how can we concatenate the two strings, for example, S and T. Let's say we have v, that is s plus t. That's concatenated v. And let's print v. And v is concatenated. Wow, Python is a good language. It's good for data science. Well, it is concatenated, but there is no space between two, because wherever the first string ends, the second string starts right from there. What if we concatenate three strings? S plus another string that just contains a space character, then this string. By the way, whatever that is there in double quotes or single quotes, whatever, one character, two character, all these things are called strings. So now we are concatenating three strings together: S, a space, one space string that contains just a space character, then T. And let's see what happens now. So Python is a good language, space, it's good for data science and so on. Wow. So yeah, so that's basically the introduction of string. What if we want, for example, to concatenate, what if we have a variable a, which is 12, and let's say we have a variable b, which is the price of this book. Let's say the price of this book, and a is 12. So let's say this is our price. Now price is in integer form, s is in book form. Let's say we want to make another string v that contains the following kind of thing: the price of this book is, and then whatever the price is, that should be there. So how can we do that? So let's say s plus maybe another string is, then maybe a space, so that after that the price appears. Now if we write plus and write price, price is no longer a string, it is an integer, and an integer cannot be concatenated with the string in a straightforward way like plus. How can we make a message like the price of this book is whatever the value of the price is? One way to do that is to convert the variable price, convert the type of the variable of price from integer to string. That means whatever the value, in this case 12, is written, that becomes a string of characters 1 and 2, and now it can be concatenated with the rest of the string, and we will contain the message that we want. So for example, if we now see what is read, that is the price of this book is 12. Oh, we don't have a space before is, so let's type a space there. Space is also a character, can be handled in string. Wow. So that's how we can convert different types to string. We can have a float type, we can convert that to string, and so on. Another way of doing the same, achieving the same kind of stuff, is to write print the price of this book is, we can use the power of the variable number of arguments of, then price. That's exactly the same thing. The price of this book is 12, the price of this book. However, consider one thing: the print function automatically adds the space for different kind of arguments. You can see that here. Yeah, you need not to specify a space. The space is automatically added if it is considered to be a different argument in the print function. Okay, great. So that's the introduction of a string. We are going to explore string in a much more detail.